Hi Dollar Divas, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Jessica and I love to do a lot of dollar store oriented makeup and shopping content. So if that sounds good to you, you are definitely in the right place. Take just 1 second, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell, that way you do not miss a future upload. And I would love for you to become what I like to call one of my Dollar Divas. And to my returning Dollar Divas, thank you so much for coming on back. So today's video I'm super excited about because I'm gonna be trying all of that LA Colors makeup that I hauled. It was a couple videos ago I did a Family Dollar makeup haul. I'll have that link down below as well. And bought a bunch of LA Colors makeup, so I'm gonna be trying that all today and doing a full face. So I'm really excited to finally try these products. So yeah, without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into it. So I'm really excited about this first product. This is the LA Colors Brow Pen, and this is in dark brown. And the super cool thing about this is I've never used a product like this. It has like the little teeth. So I'm really excited to try this. And this was $1, you guys. So like if this is really good, that's like a super, super awesome item for $1. I mean, you can't even get things at the Dollar Tree anymore for $1, as you know. So I'm gonna go in. I did just kind of tweeze my brows a little bit. They were a mess. So I think the key is gonna be to like hold it up like perfectly straight. You know, honestly, I think in theory, like if I do this on my hand, now granted it's going on very, very smooth, but honestly, I don't really know that it's going, you probably can't see it on camera, but it's really not doing like brush strokes. It's kind of just like acting like a marker. Now granted, I do love a brow marker. The first one I ever used, and actually probably one of the only ones I ever used to be completely honest, was years ago from Milani. And I had that up until fairly recently. It lasted me a kind of an unusually long time to be a marker. You would think it would dry out really quick. So I do like a marker product. So I do like the way this is going on. I'm not really crazy about the color. I would have liked a lighter color. I'm starting to stray away from like dark brown for my eyebrows, but other colors that aren't dark brown are really, really kind of hard to find sometimes at like dollar stores, you know. We'll fix it, we'll make it work, we always do. I'm like kind of uber blonde now too because I just did my roots. So like I have no root whatsoever. Actually, I'm a little bit kind of strawberry-esque. Yeah, kind of first impression on this is it doesn't, even though it will on your hand do the little like hair strokes, it doesn't execute as well on the eye. Of course, I will continue to try this and see if I don't get better at using it. It's just going on like a marker, which is not terrible. I do love a marker. And I just wish it was a lighter shade of brown, but they didn't have a lighter shade of brown. So yeah, like I said, it's really not going on as brush strokes, even when you really try to do it as such. Now I'm gonna clean up my brows the best I can. So for $2.50, I got this 2-pack of LA Colors face products. It comes with a concealer and a foundation. These are in light. I think this was the only color they had. Anyway, I don't have a lot of high hopes for this, but I did want to try it. So I'm gonna use the concealer stick to clean up my eyebrows. And if this doesn't, I'm just gonna like take a brush and kind of go like this. And if this don't work, I might try the cream kind of foundation. Okay, that's really actually doing a very good job. I'm gonna put some on my eyelid too. It's really actually doing like a really good job. Definitely better than like anything, most things I bought from the Dollar Tree, especially by LA Colors. My hair color is a little odd at the moment. I did my high lift blonde and then I felt like it was too orange because I used a different shade than the one I normally use. Then I actually put a few highlights in and then I toned it, and so it's gonna probably take a few days for my hair color to kind of level out. Not my best. Put my hair back. But I will say that this did a really good job at cleaning up the brow area. I'm very pleasantly surprised by the concealer. So we'll see what the foundation can do for us later. So now on to the eyeshadow palette. This is the LA Colors 12 color eyeshadow palette, and this is in the Color Story Glamorous. This was $1.50. And yeah, I just thought the Color Story was really nice. They had a couple other different shades, but I thought this one was really cool. I love that blue and the pops of color and the neutral. So let's see what $1.50 at the Family Dollar can buy us. So I'm gonna go in with this lightest shade right here. Looks kind of shimmery. It's kind of like a shimmery cream, but it's what we got, and that's what I'm gonna kind of lay down. And it might not be shimmery. Yeah, it's shimmery. I was gonna say it might be a little bit more of like a satin, but And I'm actually just I'm gonna bring this all the way up to my brow bone because I'm gonna end up using that to highlight under my brow bone anyway. So back in the day, like 10 years ago, I used to take like a matte white eyeshadow, and they were very hard to find. I used to have to literally buy Urban Decay, and I used to take like one of those triangle makeup sponges and just put it all over my eye under my eyeshadow. And at the time, I felt like I was like the only one doing it, but I think everyone was actually low-key doing that. YouTube wasn't even something that I watched at all at that time, so like I had no idea what people were doing. Instagram didn't exist, you know. That like seems to be really pigmented and really went on really, really nice, and it'll give us like a nice base for everything else. I'm gonna go into this shade right here and kind of put it up to my crease. That is really pigmented. My brush is slightly damp because I did clean it with a little bit of Bare Minerals Quick Change. So if you're having trouble, just do that. When in doubt, just do that. But my brush is not wet by any stretch of the imagination. It might just be, it's just slightly damp. This is also kind of a shimmery shade. I'm just not as afraid of like shimmery shades being kind of everywhere on my lid as I used to be. But there are some mattes in here as well, so really nice. I think those are very, very nice shades. So now I'm gonna go into this kind of matte brown right here. Just gonna use the same brush. I might change that though. That's pretty pigmented. I mean, it's not quite as dark as it is in the pan, but I think we're gonna be able to build it up. I'm gonna dampen my brush just a bit and see what that does. Have it a little bit more damp. Definitely not terrible. I mean, it's not as pigmented as I would like, but definitely not the worst either. Now I'm gonna go into that kind of black shade, and I'm gonna put that on the outer part as well. Then I'm gonna go into that blue. So now I'm gonna take like a flat brush. I'm gonna lay this on thick, you know how I am. And I'm gonna go into that beautiful blue shade. It's actually not even showing up on camera as bright as it is in person. I did dampen this brush with some setting spray. That's really, really pretty, you guys. I am making an extreme mess though. I'm very, very messy. Then I'm gonna take a brush and just kind of blend that edge like that. I'm gonna use a different brush, like a more concentrated brush, and I'm gonna kind of concentrate a little bit more of that black on the outer part of my eye. Like I said, they're not the most pigmented in the world, but they are buildable. I wanna go up into the crease a little bit more with that brown shade. So that's a really pretty blue, like I said, really interesting color story. You know, quality is decent. It's kind of up there with like some of the Dollar Tree eyeshadows, not the quads, but I would say this is better than a lot of the Dollar Tree 12 color eyeshadow palettes that you find. It's a much more interesting color story too. A lot of those ones at the Dollar Tree have a kind of like a repetitiveness. This is like all these colors are like pretty different. So we're gonna come back to this towards the end so I can finish off my eyes, and I will share my final thoughts on this, but for now we're just gonna move on. So I did buy a mascara. This is the LA Colors Biggie Lash Tubing Mascara. Now I love the metallic pink tube. Don't know if I will like, and I like the way it feels in my hand. Don't know if I will like the mascara as much. I certainly do hope so. LA Colors for me leaves a lot to be desired with mascaras. And there's the brush. I recently, if you're new to my channel, I recently did kind of this whole thing for Dollar General. I bought a full face of LA Colors makeup and tried it, and I think I paid $3. I think I paid $4 for this mascara, and I paid $3 for a different mascara. Didn't really like it again. Just not as good as like Essence, and Essence is like maybe $1 or $2 more, and it's really good. So far, I don't have a lot of lash, and I lose lashes by the day, but so far I've just done one coat. I don't know if you can see on camera, it's actually doing something, whereas normally I feel like it doesn't do anything. I'm gonna be wearing lashes, but I do wanna really test out this mascara, so I'm gonna add a couple coats so we can see. So far, this is 2 coats. I would say this is my favorite LA Colors mascara that I've found so far. Between the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, which I think they sell this at the Dollar General as well, $4. seems like that's gonna be kind of what you have to pay for a good mascara. I think it's $4.99 for the Essence, $4 for this. I think I paid $3 for the one at Dollar General. So yeah, the verdict is you have to spend about $4 to start seeing a good mascara. My 2 eyeliner products are not from Family Dollar. I'm just going ahead and using the ones I found at the Dollar General from that full face video. But this is the LA Colors Graphics Liner, and it's really, really awesome. If you missed that video, it comes on a wand, but it is a felt tip, and it's really, really, really good. Then my lashes are not new, they're just these LA Colors Jewel Eyes. These are in the style Brilliant. These are from the Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna pop these on and I will be right back. So lashes are on, we're gonna move on to the face. And so this is the part I am the most afraid of. It's kind of like that old school stuff that a lot of us used. If you're, in your 30s, you used it in high school. You kind of use the stuff that cream to powder kind of makeup, and I don't even know if it's a real thing anymore, but anyways, this is what they had. I used a foundation in my last full face of LA Colors from Dollar General, and it was really, really great. It was a little bit more expensive than this. So like I said, I think this is gonna be extremely light, so we're gonna have to really rely on bronzer. And I'm just gonna apply it with this little sponge that they give you and hope for the best. Like I said, we are definitely gonna have to darken this up with bronzer. This is like a cream to powder, what do they call it? Wet to dry makeup. And that is definitely what it feels like. It's like creamy in the container, but when you spread it out, it does feel like kind of like it turns to powder, if that makes any sense. Yeah, this is kind of, it's like way too light. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make this work. But it's like the only color that they had, because if they had medium, judging by how light that is, I mean, I love a light concealer. Not so much a light foundation, but I probably would have gotten a medium. You know what, we're just gonna stick around with me on this train wreck. I'm gonna see if I can fix this. How's that sound? Do you wanna see if I can fix this? I'm not gonna be able to fix it. I'm gonna take it off, put something else on, and throw this in the trash, and I'll be right back. So I just went ahead and used this LA Colors Truly Matte. It says it's a long-wearing, high pigment foundation. This is in the shade Nude. This is the one that I found at Dollar General. They may sell this at Family Dollar too. I just wanted to try something different. And honestly, it's really the shade more than anything. If this were in a darker shade, it would have been fine. Wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world, but it's just simply too light. But I am gonna use the concealer. So I'm gonna put the concealer under my eyes. Like I said, this really pleasantly surprised me for my eyebrows. I was actually surprised at how creamy it is and how much it covered. I found one at the Dollar Tree. It was from the Wet n Wild Coverall collection, and it's in light, and I don't think I like it as much as I like this. It's not quite as creamy as this is, and doesn't work nearly as good on my eyebrows as this does. So this is actually, I'm very pleasantly surprised by the concealer. It's blending out, again, really creamy. The light shade is really good. It's not the smoothest under my eyes. Like, you can see a little bit of texture, but it's really not terrible considering. So the next thing I'm gonna use is actually my setting powder. This is the LA Color Setting Powder. It says it mattifies and sets makeup. This is in translucent. And it's got this kind of thick package that has like a sponge underneath and a mirror as well. I thought that was really kind of cute. And then of course the powder is on top. I'm gonna go with the clean side of my powder sponge, and I'm gonna kind of bake with this. So while I'm waiting for that to kind of bake in those areas, I'm gonna go in with the LA Colors bronzer. It's in the same packaging, comes with a little sponge as well. This is in Beach Babe. So I'm gonna kind of go in with this, kind of all over. This is a matte bronzer. And the shade actually looks really like non-offensive, like it's something that would be really good for me to use in the summertime when I'm not as tan. I'm a little tan right now. That's a really nice shade. Like I said, I still have some white powder, but this is a really, really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shade of bronzer. We're gonna go ahead and move into highlighter and blush. So I got this kit. This was, I believe, $6.25. They also had a bronzing one. This one came with, this is called the Glow Palette. And it comes with like highlight shades and blush shades. So I thought that this was really, really, really pretty. So then for blush, I'm gonna use this shade right here. It's kind of like a coral peach type of a shade. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful shade of blush with this bronzer. I mean, look at those two shades together. How pretty is that? And the camera, because of the way my lighting is today, the camera doesn't even do it justice. Even this pink here isn't like, it's not coming, again, it's not coming across on camera the way it is in person, but it's like a bubblegum pink, but it's a little bit subdued. It's got a little bit of peach in it. Beautiful. I'm actually using a little tiny pop of that on my apples. Wow, the two together are really pretty. Just a nice kind of like dimensional look, you know, not just like a flat color. Okay, I'm gonna brush off this powder now, and time to stop looking ridiculous. That powder did a really, really, really nice job, and it really did kind of help with some of what I didn't like underneath my eyes. It really helped kind of settle some of the, it made the concealer look better. So now I'm gonna go into highlighter, and I'm trying to think of which shade I'm gonna use. These are the highlighter shades. Now that pink one there looks really pretty as like a blush topper. Then they have like a gold and then kind of like a white and like a champagne type of shade. So you're kind of covered in this palette. I think I'm gonna go into that shade right there. I'm gonna take that pink too and just kind of put a little bit of that over top my blush, a little bit on my forehead. That is really pretty. For $6.25, that is a really good deal for the beauty and the variety you get in this palette right here. So now we're gonna finish the eyes and then the lips. So like I said, this is not new. I did find this at Dollar General, but it's amazing. If you're in Dollar General, this is the LA Colors Gel Pencil Liner. It is so good, you guys. It's probably to date the best eyeliner I've ever used. So I'm just gonna go into my waterline. This makes it very easy. So I need like an inner corner highlight. I'm gonna put something underneath the eyes, and let's just see what I want to do. I think I wanna do something, I wanna try to use as many of these shades as possible. I'm gonna take some of that shimmery slate gray, and I'm gonna put it on a brush, and then I'm gonna spray my brush. And I'm trying to think if I wanna put this in the middle of my eye or on the inner part of my eye. I think I might put it in the middle. That is really pretty. That is a really pretty effect to have that really bright blue, then that shimmery gray, and then that kind of smoky outer part. Loving it. I think for the inner corner, I'm just gonna go with that shimmery white that we started out with. That's really about all we have to do this with. So we're just gonna try it out and see how it does with that. Actually, really, really well. It's plenty shimmery enough, it's bright enough. Really nice. I'm picky with my inner corner highlight. And just so we can use one more color, I'm gonna do something fun under my eyes. I'm gonna go in with this purple, because I was wanting to try to use as many colors as I can. I always try to do that anytime I test a new palette, but it's not always feasible, but sometimes it is. That's really subtle, really pretty, nothing too offensive. So now we're gonna move on to the lips. I've got a lip liner and a plumping lip gloss. So first, the lip liner. This is the LA Colors Lip Liner Pencil. This is in Smooth Plum. So here's what the tip looks like. I didn't think it would really be creamy, but it really is, because it kind of looked like a colored pencil and that made me nervous. But it really goes on very nice. As you can see, it's very pigmented. It has a lot of color payoff. So then the lip gloss I have is actually a lip plumper. This is from LA Colors. It's in Clearly Pink. I had a Dollar Diva comment on my haul and say that they actually felt a tingle from this one. The ones from the Dollar Tree I love, but I don't really feel my lips tingling from them. But I do love those glosses. We'll see. This one has kind of a scent to it that's different than the other ones. And I think it goes on clear and then turns pink. Of course, I'm wearing lip liner, so it has a different taste. It reminds me of something. It's kind of like a spicy smell. Not like spicy hot, but like spices kind of a thing. I can't pinpoint, kind of like nutmeg. Kind of smells like nutmeg. Now it went on extremely smooth. It's not extremely sticky, at least not to me. So I will wait a second and see if it starts tingling. Oh yes, there is definitely a tingle. Nothing that's like super intense, but yeah, I'm really feeling it, especially on my lower lip. It's definitely gonna tingle. But I love this with this lip liner shade. This lip liner shade is really awesome. I like something to be darker than my lips. Sometimes that's hard to find for me, but I love this shade and I think it looks really pretty with the lip gloss. Yeah, they're definitely tingling. How exciting. Okay, so my favorite products were the bronzer and the powder, the glow palette, the lip liner, the lip plumper, and I can't even believe I'm getting ready to say it, the mascara. I know, right? $4 though, you need to spend at least $4. So those were like the standout products to me. Things that were kind of just somewhere in the middle was the concealer. It definitely did really good, much better than I thought, and much better than its partner, the foundation. Is it my favorite? No, but it really is really pretty decent, very shockingly so. The eyeshadow palette, for $1.50, it's like a dollar palette. They take a little bit of work building up. A damp brush helps. But what I do love is the color story. And I was able to get this really pretty look. So it is possible. So this was a really nice product as well. And then two things I was kind of disappointed by were the brow pen. Like I said, I would have liked to have found it lighter shade. And I really couldn't quite get the hair-like strokes from this. I will keep trying. It might just be user error. But I did try, I did wipe them off and try again, and I just couldn't quite get it to work. But yeah, this just kind of disappointed me overall. Again, it was $1, and I do like a pen. But I do, like I said, I do wish there was a lighter shade, and I was disappointed that I really couldn't get those hair-like strokes on my eyebrows. And then this right here is just going in the trash. Like I said, I don't think it would have been it was never gonna be a great product, but I could have tested it more fairly had I gone a shade darker, like a light medium or a medium. So it was just too light. I don't think it would have been a home run anyway, but yeah, this was just a complete fail on my part, having too light of a shade. So I'll have some relevant videos and or playlists up here. Definitely check out my other content. But before you do, make sure you're subscribed, hit that bell, share this video, hit that like button. It helps my channel out so very much. Comment and let me know if you've tried any of these products, and also share this video with anybody you think it may benefit or would enjoy a video like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.